Hey friends, my name is Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. So the goal for this video was hopefully it being another reading vlog, but I'm in an insane reading slump. I haven't read anything else other than the Irregular Society of Witches, whatever that name is of that book with the long ass title. I am currently in the middle of two reads right now. I'm listening to Fourth Wing, and I'm finally over halfway through Fourth Wing, and I started A Darker Shade of Magic. I stopped at page 29, I think. I haven't read more than that. I'm hopefully going to read more this week. We'll see, because this reading slump is whooping my ass. But I do have some things that I got that I want to share with you guys. And I'm just like, I'm cracking up because I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, damn, all I do is like, if I'm not reading, I'll buy random shit and then share it with you guys. And I'm just like, I don't know. I hope that makes up for like not reading, like something interesting. I went to Barnes & Noble today with my friend Danny. I've talked about her a few times in other vlogs. We do a lot of buddy reads together. We are planning on reading Slaying the Vampire Conqueror, which is the next book in the Crowns of Nyaxa series. It's not technically like a direct sequel because I know it's just The Serpent and the Wings of Night, The Cursed King in the Ashes, and then there's going to be The Songbird in something. Again, guys, I cannot remember these titles for the life of me. And she wrote a spin-off, which is Slaying the Vampire Conqueror, but it is important to read it before the next Serpent and the Wings of Night book, because it's like you get to explore certain characters that are going to be important in the following books. So we are planning on starting that on November 1st, and I have to read it because the third book comes out in November. So that I'm gonna make that like a priority for sure. So yeah, so that's like an upcoming reading plan, but for now I'm just, oh duh, I'm also reading Songs of the Abyss. How did I forget about that? I'm like 160 pages in. I'm enjoying it so far. No other updates on that book besides that it's a little slower than book one. Book one had a little bit more, I guess, like a sense of urgency. Book two is more like slow vibes, chill vibes. There is an overarching plot happening. Oh, and the author announced a book 4 in the series, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. The series is so good. The world building is chef's kiss. But yeah, so book 2 is definitely slower vibes, no sense of urgency. I guess we're just like building more on the overarching plot, and we're still exploring the relationship between the two main characters. So I'm still like in that part of the book. So again, nothing really much going on. So yeah, so those are the 3 current reads that I have going on. Again, I'm in this reading slump, so it is kind of hard to like pick up a book. It's not that I'm not liking what I'm reading. Every time I'm able to pick it up and continue reading it, I'm having a good time. It's like the action of picking up a book, sitting down and reading that I'm having like a hard time doing. But yeah, I'm really hoping that November is a better reading month. I know like when it comes to like the winter months, it starts slowing down a bit for me. I don't really go out as much because like I don't like being out in the cold. I'm hoping this winter is a better reading season. Also, I don't know if it's me, I think it might be me, but this October felt the least Halloween for me. I don't know what it is. I didn't watch any scary movies. I didn't do any spooky activities. I am so sad about that because usually I'm in the Halloween spirit. I'm in the Halloween season. I'm like sucking that up. But this year I'm just like, I don't know. That makes me sad. I'm gonna try to make up to it by being more in the Christmas season this year. I'm gonna make my house look like Santa came and like threw up all over it. So I'm gonna try to be more in the spirit for Christmas. Anyways, let me get to the haul I wanted to show you guys before I continue yapping. So as I was saying earlier, I saw Danny today and we went to Barnes & Noble because we do our monthly cafe and bookish date. And guys, this was a very interesting bookish date. We had 3 people come up to us asking us about Christianity and joining a Bible study. And I'm like, guys, please, I'm not interested. And every time was just more awkward because we're like, this is like the 3rd person who asked us this. Like, are we giving off certain vibes? I don't know. It was a very interesting Barnes & Noble date. Like, we were all, like, me and Danny were like, let's wrap this up and go home because we're feeling a little uncomfortable right now. So my boss kindly gave me a $100 Barnes & Noble gift card for my birthday. I didn't spend all of it. My plan was to spend all the $100 at the Barnes & Noble, but I don't know, like, I just wasn't feeling any of the books, and I already have so much on my TBR. I'm just like, let me save the rest of my money for when I'm ready to buy more books, because I already have so much on my bookshelf and on my Kindle I want to get to. Look at me being so responsible, guys. So I have like $64 left. I did get 2 books. I got Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler. This is a sci-fi classic. It's about global climate change and economic crisis in the 2020s, which, guys, that is right now. Okay, we are in the 2020s, climate change and economic crisis. Okay, Octavia Butler is one of the best authors of our generation, and well, of generations, okay? And I haven't read this one from her. So I'm like, okay, I need to read this because it's very, very, very relatable to what's happening right now. I think this is a very, very important piece of literature. So I picked this up and I'm gonna try to read this soon. Don't know when, but I need to read this. And the next one is The Held on Heart by Clive Barker. So I did not know this, but the movie Hellraiser is based off of this novel. And when I found that out, because I'm part of this Discord, and when I found that out, I was like, oh, well, I like Hellraiser. I didn't know this was like, there was a novel that the movie was based on. So now I have to read this. So I picked this up. It's a short read. It's only like 164 pages. I feel like I can read this in a night. When I saw this, I was like, yes, I wanted to pick this up and read it. Yeah, these are the only 2 books that I got. The next thing I got, me and Danny went to Hot Topic and we got matching shirts. It's Jacob. Bella, where the hell have you been, loca? And it's Jacob in a little heart. Like, are you kidding me? I love this shirt. We agreed on the next visit, we're gonna wear it together. So yeah. And then the next stuff is, it's not really bookish, it's makeup. I don't know if you guys are interested. Oh wait, hold on. I got this Edgar Allan Poe bookmark. Okay, now the next stuff I have, well, I do have one more thing that's bookish, but I'm gonna show you guys near the end. I just got makeup. I had $75 worth of points, so all the makeup that I got only paid $1, and I'm like, yeah, bitch, that's a really good steal. But yeah, I got just mascara because I was running out. Oh my god, I love Juvia's Place. I got their blush, and like, look at this beautiful color. I think this is a great fall and like winter blush. It's like a toasted orange and like a lighter pink. I got it in the shade medium. I've been wanting to try the Juvia's Place blushes, and yeah, I love them. They're very pigmented, so got that. And then I got the Buttermilk bronzer from NYX in the shade Deserve Butter, because you deserve butter. And yeah, it's just like this like bronzer color, but I also like to use bronzers for like a quick eyeshadow. So I just wanted like a shimmier, cooler toned brown. So yeah, I got this. And I got this ColourPop like glitter shadow, like shimmery glitter shadow in the shade Ritz. The next thing I have is a nudish pink lipstick by L'Oreal. It's in the shade 108. It's like a nude pink I want to put on when I put brown lip liner, because I'm a nudie neutral girl. So yeah, that's my makeup haul. And then the next thing I was waiting to show you guys. So obviously I have a Kindle. I have the Paperwhite edition. I have been influenced, and I got a purse Kindle because, hold on, I want y'all to listen to my logic. Okay, this thing is big, right? It's like 6.8 inches, and I have a hard time fitting this in my purses. It takes up a lot of space in my purse. So I decided, especially since the new Kindles came out, that I'm gonna get the Kindle Basic. I did my research before I purchase anything. I looked at the size difference. This is the newer version, so everything looks crispier. Like I spent like an hour and a half on TikTok going down like a rabbit hole, just seeing like the differences and making sure this is like a purchase I'm gonna do. And it was. I got the matcha version. Look how tiny she is and look how cute. Like, let me do like a size comparison, guys. This is my Paperwhite. This is the Kindle Basic. Look how tiny she is. Like, that's like a huge difference. Look at that. And she just fits so nice. Like the Kindle Paperwhite, like I have to stretch out my hands to hold this. And then for the Basic, I just wrap. I can like obviously not fully wrap my fingers around it, but I can bend my fingers over it. So yeah, this is a huge difference. This is definitely staying at home with me to read on the couch, on the bed, whatever. But this will be going with me to work or traveling. I haven't set it up yet. I need to do that. I'm gonna do that later tonight and then give you guys more of an update throughout the week. I'm gonna take it to work and stuff. I'll give you guys a proper update, see how I'm liking it. I really like how it's raised. It gives it like a very like, I don't know, a very compact look to it. The screen is pretty big. Anyways, I'm excited to like read it. I'm excited to read on here. People say that the Kindle Basic, because it has newer technology in it, it's a lot crispier than the Paperwhite. So yeah, the only downside is it doesn't have warm lighting, which I like on this Kindle because I kind of get migraines. So a lot of my computers at work and here at home have the warm lighting feature on it, but it's fine. I don't really mind. I don't get to read that much at work anyways, so it's not gonna be that much of a like big deal to me. As long as I can read this at home with the warm lighting, that's all I care about. But yeah, so that's it on the updates for now, guys. I know I probably yapped so much in the beginning. This is like literally the intro of the video, and I'm looking at my timer. I'm like 18 minutes in. All I've done was just show you guys what I got and yapped. Anyways, I'm going to set my Kindle up. Gonna do some chores around the house. I really have to wash my hair. It's like wash day for my hair, do some laundry, and then I'm gonna relax and read. I'm gonna try reading on my new Kindle just to kind of get a feel for it. And I will get back to you guys when I have more reading updates. I'm really pushing myself to read this week, so there will be more reading updates. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next clip. Hey friends, so no reading update, but I am going to get a tattoo done. I need to work on my sleeve. My tattoo artist, Jasmine, I went to her earlier this year to get matching tattoos with Nicole. I filmed it in a previous vlog. She was like, girl, when are we working on the rest of your sleeve? And I'm like, shit, you're right. I need to work on the rest of my sleeve. So I finally scheduled an appointment for today to work on the back side of my upper arm. So we're getting that done and I'm going to tag you guys along. Again, I don't have any other reading updates. I'm slowly making my way through books. It's still not enough for me to give you guys a proper update. Today is Saturday, November 9th. And yeah, it is also post-election, and unfortunately we got really disappointing results, and it's just been a really rough week for everybody, and it just fucking sucks, but it is what it is, I guess, sadly. And I'm just coping as much as I can, you know, surrounding myself with loved ones, doing the things that I love, and then continuing the fight, you know, continue to vote in your local and state elections. That's where the real change is. So yeah, I mean, it fucking sucks, but I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen in the next 4 years. I really don't know. And it's been a fucking thought I've been fighting this whole week. And I don't want to say I've made peace with it. I think it's more of a, at the end of the day gotta end type shit. And it's just sad. It's a sad reality that we're living in right now. And yeah, so the best advice I can come up with is just surrounding yourself with a loving and caring community, and just continue to work in your community, and just continue doing good. That's really it. I think it's just the small victories that like really shift a lot of stuff. I don't know if I'm making sense, but yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna take you guys on my tattoo appointment, and I guess I'll film some B-roll. So see you guys in the next clip. friends, today is Monday, November 18th, and I finally have some reading update for you guys. I finally finished Songs of the Abyss, which is book 2 of the Deep Waters Mermaid X Human Romance monster romance I've been reading for the past, I want to say 2 vlogs now. So my initial rating when I finished it was a 3.5, and honestly, I need to start sitting on my thoughts when I finish a book because my initial rating is just sometimes not the same after like a day or two, after like really thinking about the plot, thinking about everything that happened, the relationships, the world building, and sometimes they change. And when I finished it the first time, I gave it a 3.5. But after talking about it with some friends on Discord and just thinking about it period, I'm thinking of giving it a 3-star. It was overall a good book. Like, it wasn't bad. Like, I had a good time reading it. The romance, I actually prefer the romance in book 2 over book 1. I just feel like it's developed better. But unfortunately, it kind of canceled out the plot and the conflict and the world building. And the central conflict was more fleshed out in book 1 and it made more sense. And in book 2, it's just like things weren't making sense. Like the female main character, Anya, she is, I'm trying to say this without any spoilers, but she's apparently a very, very important character and a very important chess piece for the whole overarching plot. But the author really doesn't tell us why she's so important. She's like seen as like a figurehead, but really don't see how she's a figurehead to the different societies underneath the water. So when stuff happened, I'm trying to be as vague as possible. So when stuff happened and the stakes were supposed to be higher, it didn't make sense to me because I just didn't understand how Anya was such an important role and such an important character for the stuff to happen the way it happened. So that just didn't make sense to me. And one of my Discord friends I was speaking to about it, she also read book 1 and book 2 and she agreed. She didn't really understand Anya's role in the societies in Alpha specifically. And another thing was that the villain near the end of the book, there was like a really, really random plot twist that just came out of left field. Also, sorry if like I sound off. My allergies and my asthma have been kicking in like full gear and I'm just like, bleh. But anyways, like I was saying, the villain revealed a plot twist at the end that was so random and didn't really do anything to the plot. Like, it was just like, oh, here, by the way, boom. And I'm just like I literally got like whiplash. I was like, what? But then it was just like, okay, that was random, but it didn't really do anything to like, you know? And it's just like, why would you throw in this random plot twist? This random plot twist that really wasn't a plot twist because it didn't really twist anything in the plot. Why would you do that like 90% into the book? Like, I was literally at the 90% mark when shit was being revealed left and right. And I'm just like, what? Okay. The villain of the book was giving very Disney villain, which was also my critique in book 1. It's like, the author focused on the romance a lot, which makes sense. Again, it is a monster romance book, so yes, that should be the main focus. But it just cracks me up because it's like sometimes it gives that like feeling that the author's like, oh shit, that's right, we have an overarching plot happening. Boom, 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 like random plot twist, random conflict, random bullshit, and then end scene, end book. That's what I've noticed with some of these, especially in some romantasy. I've noticed that too, where it's just like, we're focusing on the couple, we're focusing on the romance, and it's like, oh shit, I forgot about the main conflict, I forgot about the main plot. Throw some random shit in the blender, throw it on the book, call it a day. It's exactly what happened in book 1. It was like we're focusing on Mira and Argus, and then around 80% of the book, the author was like, all right, let's get back to the central plot, the central conflict. And then it was just like ridiculousness after ridiculousness. But in book 1, it was like, I gave it a pass. I was like, all right, like it you know, it flowed. But in book 2, it didn't make sense to me. That's why, like, my Goodreads, I have it at 3.5, but in actuality, it's a 3-star read. I still recommend it though. I think the overarching plot, because it's one of those romance books where it follows a different couple in each book, but there's just a plot that it follows through completely. It's really interesting. Book 4 was announced. Book 3 is coming out now. I think book 3 is out now. So it's definitely an ongoing, continuing series, and I'm really, really interested. I do think Emma Hamm, I believe that's her name, she has like amazing ideas. And the 3rd book follows a 3rd brother, which I really like him. He's more of a comedic relief. Deos in this one, he was more of like the stoic, like grumpy guy. And I think the brother's name is Mikatis. I'm probably saying it wrong. He's like the funny, like chill, down to earth guy. So I'm excited to follow him. But yeah, even though like I still had some of my critiques on book 2, I still think it was a fun time. I enjoyed myself. I still recommend the series. I'm excited to get to book 3. I'm not going to read book 3 until next year because book 4 is coming out March or April, and read book 3 closer to the release of book 4. So we'll come back to the Deep Water series in spring of next year. I'm also making that choice because I want to continue other books that I have on my TBR, my mental TBR, because I'm a mood reader and I've never done a physical TBR. I mean, y'all seen me try to plan out my reading goals, and then it just, so yeah, so we'll come back to the Deep Waters series spring of 2025. So with that being said, I did make some progress, you guys, on Fourth Wing. I literally only have 100 pages left. It's getting wild, guys. So I am listening to the graphic audio, and I've listened to it at work. Big mistake. I got to the spicy scenes finally in Fourth Wing. Y'all, they was moaning in my ear, okay? I felt like a sinner in church. I had to pause it at work. I felt like a heathen, okay? I paused it at work and I had to like look around. I'm like making sure none of my coworkers can hear any of the sounds coming out of my headphones. I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, I mean, the graphic audio was indeed very graphic. The sound effects were there, and yeah, I'm honestly having a great time. I still feel not close to Violet. She grew on me a little bit, just a little. Like, I'm like, all right, Violet, like, okay, I don't dislike you, I don't like you, but you're all right. And that's how I feel about Violet. I think that's, my feelings are gonna stay there. But Xaden Ryerson, yes, I love that man. Is he a Rhysand 2.0? He is a Rhysand 2.0. Do I care? No, because I like Rhysand. So if I get to like read like a Rhysand prototype in another book, like that's fine. Like as long as I like him in the book, I don't care. And yeah, he's still my favorite character. I love Xaden. I'm always giggling and kicking my feet every time he pops up in my ear, and I'm like, ah, it's Xaden. And we're getting to see more of him in the graphic audio. So yeah, I think the voice actor is doing an amazing job. Well, all of the voice actors are doing an amazing job in the graphic audio. I really, really like all the voice actors. I love the dragons. They're still my favorite characters. The dragons, Liam, love Liam, and Xaden. Yeah, and then Violet's okay. You know, she's cool. She's whatever. I'm hoping, since it's only 100 pages left, I can finish it this week. I'm for sure going to finish it in this vlog. Like I can do 100 pages easily. So for sure, she will be done this week. Mark my words. I will definitely give you guys a more thorough review once I finish it. I'm excited to finish it. And then definitely, depending on how I feel and if I really liked it, I might jump into Iron Flame. So yeah. And then the last update, a very random update. So me and my coworkers decided to have an impromptu book club because we like to read, and we're like, oh my god, let's start a book club and read together. And we tried it last month, and we picked this one book that no one was really vibing with, so we're just like, let's all DNF it. And then it was my turn to pick a book, and I'm like, okay, what's like an easy book that everyone might like, because everybody has like different reading tastes in the book club. So I'm like, a thriller. Everybody likes a thriller. Like, who doesn't like a thriller? Even though that's not my genre of reading that I go to, I don't mind picking up a thriller. So I went on Book Talk, and I literally typed in popular thriller books, and Frida McFadden keeps popping up, which my mother-in-law actually gifted me a Frida McFadden book. I think it's The Housemaid, which is like super popular right now. Like, it's popping off, okay? But another Frida McFadden book that's popping off even more is Never Lie, and it's a psychological horror. We're following a couple, Ethan and Trisha, I think that's her name, and they go to this house that used to belong to a psychologist named Dr. Adrian, and it's like, it explores two timelines. So it's like, the first timeline is Dr. Adrian and then like her dealing with her patients, and then you have another timeline, which is Ethan and Trisha, which is 3 years after her disappearance, and they're in her home, viewing her home to purchase it. And y'all, it's interesting so far. Like, it's honestly giving Verity 2.0. If y'all have read Verity, you probably know what I'm talking about. If you haven't read Verity, that is the only Colleen Hoover book I will ever recommend, because that book is so trifling and is so crazy, and it is an experience, okay? If y'all have not read Verity, please go read it. It is not like an amazing storytelling, beautiful work of art. It's just insane. And if y'all haven't read that, please read that. Anyways, going back to what I'm saying. Yeah, it's giving Verity 2.0. Like, it's already trifling. Already some trifling shit is happening. I'm like, oh my god. And I'm already like guessing certain things. Yeah, I like me a good psychological thriller, a good psychological mystery. I'm 100 pages in, guys. Like, I opened my Kindle, sat down on my couch, and blew through 100 pages. It's an easy read. I had to stop myself because my coworkers were like, whoa, let us catch up. I'm like, okay, well, y'all need to catch up because I will finish this. This is like a really fast read. But yeah, so those are my reading updates for you guys. I don't have anything else going on. The only other thing I've been doing is playing the Silent Hill remake, Silent Hill 2, and I've been playing it with my bestie. She came over the first time when I first got it. She came over for like a whole day, and we blew through 6 hours of it. And then I just been streaming it from a PlayStation. She'll just hop on a party, I stream it, she watches me play. Yeah, it's just been great. Like, I'm enjoying the game so far. It's absolutely terrifying. I have screamed a few times, and every time I play Silent Hill 2, I just get this like impending feeling of doom. But honestly, that's like the point of Silent Hill 2. That's really it. I'm really hoping to finish Fourth Wing for this vlog. If I can finish Fourth Wing for this vlog, I'll mark that as a win. That means I've finished 2 books in a vlog, and I'll wrap this up. And if I finish Never Lie in this also, it would be a freaking miracle, but we'll see. Hey friends, welcome to the end of the vlog. I finally finished Fourth Wing. I know in the beginning I was very like hesitant when I first started Fourth Wing. I was like, oh no, I've heard nothing but bad things about this book. I know like it's a very hot topic book, and when I was reading it, it was a 3-star, like through and through. Like, I know I kept saying it throughout the previous vlog and this vlog that this is a 3-star read, and it is. But I'm not gonna lie, the last 20% of this book had me gagged. Rebecca Yarrow's 8 with that last 20%, and it bumped my rating to a 3.5. Okay, I was honestly debating last night because I finished this last night and I sat on it all day. I sat on this all day. So since last night and all day today, I've been teetering between 3.5-star read or 4-star read, and I decided to give this 3.5 because even though the last 20% had me deceased. Like, I'm talking about, like, I was glued to the book. I did not put this down until I finished, and I finished around 12:30 a.m. But that was just it. That was the last 20% gave that 4-star vibes. Everything else, it was fun. It was entertaining. I was entertained the whole time, for sure. But I still had some issues with the book itself. I still thought Violet was really, really immature, even towards the end of the book where all the good stuff was happening. She still managed to annoy me. Girl, I was still like, girl, please shut up. The dragons were awesome. Xaden was great. I did see some of the plot twists happening just because it does follow like a romantasy formula. So I did predict 2 things, and I was so hurt when one of the things did happen. The other thing I predicted, I was like, oh, okay, well, this is kind of like a thing I've been seeing in romantasy lately, so I was like kind of expecting it to happen. I was like, all right. But the third plot twist that happened at the end of the book, that one had me sitting in silence. I was like, she ate with that. Oh my God, like wow, she did that. Honestly, I was talking to some of my friends about Fourth Wing, and I don't understand like the over hate that it gets, because it's not necessarily a terrible book. Like, y'all, I have read terrible books. This is not a terrible book. Is it an amazing book? No. Is it like a masterpiece? No. I still thought it was great. It was a great time. Like, I had a great time the whole time. Did I roll my eyes and find some parts, like some dialogue parts and some romance parts cringy? Yes. Did I find Violet annoying? Yes. Oh my God. Did I find her very immature? Yes. But I still had a great time. Like, I was honestly able to be like, all right, like, whatever, and enjoy myself. So that's why I decided on a 3.5 rating, because it wasn't, me personally, my opinion, it didn't feel like it was like that quality of a 4-star read, but it's not a terrible book, so I didn't want to rate it anything below 3 stars. So I decided to give it a 3.5-star rating. Like I said, thoroughly enjoyed myself. I don't know what else to say without spoiling it, but I feel like a lot of people have read this by now. Like, I'm kind of late to the bandwagon, and I feel like everybody and their mama has read this already. So just to keep it short and sweet with no spoilers, the dragons were great. Xaden was hot as per usual. One of the criticisms I did see in some reviews is that this draws heavy influence from Throne of Glass. And I see it. Like, there were some chapters, especially during like some like war trials with the dragons in here, where I was like, yeah, I can see where Throne of Glass was like, you can see like inspiration from Throne of Glass in those chapters, but it wasn't like copy paste at all. Like, Rebecca Yarros definitely did it in her own way. The Sarah J. Maas influence is heavy in this book. I will say that. Like, I understand some of the criticisms. I don't think it's an exact copy, but the influence is heavy in this book for sure. I don't know what else to say without any spoilers, but do I recommend it? Yeah, I mean, if you want a good adventure with some dragons, go for it. It's a fun time. It's a fun time. 3.5 stars. Next question is, am I going to read Iron Flame? And yes, I am, but I'm probably gonna read that later next month, only because me and Danny, we decided to start reading, I don't have my Kindle with me, so I'll just post a picture here, Slaying the Vampire Conqueror finally. But we decided, since book 3 of the Nyaxa series came out, that let's just go ahead and start reading Slaying the Vampire Conqueror so we can finish that and jump into book 3, because I'm so excited. Like, I've been seeing snippets of book 3. I've seen other people who've done early reviews of it, just absolutely loving it, and I'm like, we gotta read this. We gotta read this now. So I am already 6 chapters into Slaying the Vampire Conqueror. I'm listening to it on Audible. It's not on Hoopla or the library because it's an Audible exclusive, and I'm just like, I hate that. Oh, I hate that. So I got that today. I'm already 6 chapters in, and oh my God, I didn't realize how much I missed Clarissa Broadbent's writing. She's genuinely one of my favorite authors. Her writing is just so good. Like, the minute like I press play and chapter 1 started playing, I was like, yes, Delicious fucking food right here. And now I'm 6 chapters in and I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be a 5-star read. I already know, y'all. I already know. So yeah, so I decided to start Slaying the Vampire Conqueror, 6 chapters in. And I don't have an update on Never Lie because I had to stop at page 100 so my coworkers can catch up. And yeah, guys, I think honestly I'm going to end this reading vlog here. I mean, I managed to finish 2 books and I'm like, hey, I did awesome. I'm so proud of myself. I think I'm finally getting out of my reading slump because now I'm like excited to read. I think I'm finally getting back into the rhythm of reading and I'm really, really looking forward to that. And yeah, guys, if you made it to the end of this vlog, put a dragon emoji in the comment section. And of course, if you liked this vlog, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel to get more content from me. So stay safe, you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.